So, you're thinking about getting into day trading. Where do you start? It's a tough question because really, you could start anywhere. That's what's so cool about trading though, right? It's completely up to you. You have complete freedom, which is a double-edged sword really. Nobody's gonna stop you from taking a bad trade or doing something stupid. Trading involves real risk. You're putting your own time and money into it. So the last thing that you want to do is start out by going down a dead end. And believe me, there are a lot of dead ends in the maze that is the day trading world. Now, whether you become one of the very few that successfully navigate that maze is completely up to you. However, I do know a thing or two that can save you years of stumbling around on your own. I'm talking about real data-backed research about the nature of markets, and this information can serve as a base that you can then navigate more clearly from. So are you ready? We're going to discuss everything you need to know to get started day trading, starting from whether day trading is appropriate for you, how to get set up to take your first trades, and how our current understanding of markets can help you develop more effective strategies. Now, before we get into anything else, there's something important we must discuss first. When investigating an investment or trading strategy, one of the first considerations we must always make is whether it's suitable for you. So, understand that trading, and futures trading in particular, involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. It is very common to lose everything that you set aside for trading futures when you are starting out, and most traders never become profitable. Futures trading is for people that have the ability to take on such risk and want to be as engaged as possible in the markets. It requires a great deal of constant study, research, and screen time to remain competitive in futures trading. You should seriously consider if that level of commitment is really what you're looking for. I have a more detailed video about whether futures trading is really for you, so check that out. And of course, all I can do is give general advice to the public. So for advice tailored specifically to your circumstances, please seek the counsel of a registered investment advisor. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to trade micro S&P 500 futures, also known as the MES, because that's the symbol, MES. Micro futures are perfect for starting out trading because it's just about the smallest amount of risk you can take with intraday trading. With futures, you also don't have to worry about things like wash trading taxes or the pattern trading rule. So that really makes micro futures the best place to start, in my opinion. Now, there are many different micro futures products that you can look into. I actually prefer to trade treasuries as they're even smaller risk than the MES. However, the MES is by far the most popular, and it is always included in demo accounts. So it's the perfect instrument to learn how to place your first trades. So let's get on to the fun stuff and talk about getting yourself set up to place your first trades, which brings me to the sponsor of today's video, the Ironbeam app. The Ironbeam app is a web-based cloud trading platform for futures. And when I first saw the app, I knew that I wanted to talk about it in this beginner video. See, in the past, futures trading has not been the most accessible to beginners, but the Ironbeam app makes it so easy. You can set up a demo account through the link in the video below, and they will send you login credentials to your email. And then all you have to do is log in through the web browser or the phone apps. So you can literally be up and trading within a few minutes. Entering orders is pretty simple too, so let me show you how that works. I'll show you on my Android phone, but the web app is pretty similar. So when you first start up the app, you can choose between the basic or the advanced layout. It's really easy to switch between the two, so for now we'll select the basic, and here is your starting layout with a list of the most common instruments to trade. All I have to do to enter a trade is to press the buy or sell buttons next to MES. There's also a button here to open up a quick chart, and that also has buy and sell buttons that you can use to trade. Note that you can choose a limit order, which will wait to be filled at a specific price, or you can use a market order that will execute immediately at the current best price available. If you want to go a little more advanced, you can switch to the advanced view at any time by going to the hamburger menu in the upper left and selecting change demo type. Then you can open up the advanced trader, which is their version version of the DOM, my preferred way to trade. There's buttons at the top for you to enter orders or to flatten your position. You can also click the buy and sell columns at the price that you want. So what do you guys think of the app? I find it really quite exciting because this combined with the cheaper micro futures is really making futures trading more accessible. I find this kind of setup particularly compelling for beginners or swing traders. You can step away from the house to go do things and still be able to manage your positions, and it fills a need that a lot of people have been asking me about. So I'd love to know what you guys think of the app in the comments below. Do you think cloud apps will start to become more popular? So now you know how to buy and sell, but that doesn't really answer the big question, does it? When should you buy and sell? How do you even get started with developing a strategy? Well, for starters, I recommend taking an empirical approach. One of the difficulties in trading is that there's so much data that we as humans really just are not capable of seeing how our trading decisions will work out over such a huge data set. So we need to base our trading on proven data that we can see and examine for ourselves to see that longer run expectancy. Instead of following gurus whose authority is based on their supposed past successes, look for experts, people whose authority is derived from a command of the facts, and will be able to show you the math and statistics to back what they're saying up. Now, I have a ton of videos on my channel, and really they're all good. You should just watch the whole channel. But my favorite videos are the ones where I'm sharing information based on proven research from the quantitative finance field, particularly my videos on the stylized behavior of markets and the inelastic markets hypothesis. Some of the biggest takeaways that we've learned from such research is that markets are very statistically efficient, but not very informationally efficient. So you might want to think twice about focusing purely on technical analysis. Statistical inefficiencies do exist, but they are very difficult to find because they get arbitraged out of the market so easily. Many strategies will try and make up for this by taking on excessive risk. For instance, having really wide stops or doubling down on losers. That can generate profits in the short run, but without a real underlying edge, it will catch up with you eventually. Instead, I would encourage you to become informed traders so that you can take advantage of that informational inefficiency as much as possible. In order to have a positive expectancy, we have to be able to predict future orders. To make such predictions, we usually need some sort of real driver that we know is likely to induce people to trade. That can mean following the news, but it can also mean following things like seasonality, options positioning, how institutional strategies work, and who the major players in your market are. Of course, it's not easy. It means we need to know as much about our market as possible. Every situation will be different, and you'll need to constantly study to stay at the top. I can't guarantee you success, but I can tell you this much. Informed traders will always have the advantage over uninformed traders. But it's not so bad because you've got me to help you. Not only do I have videos on just about every subject you'll need for your foundation, but we do morning live streams every weekday starting at 8:30 Eastern time. The chat has a very dedicated audience with many experienced traders to learn from, really traders that are much better than myself. And we talk about current market happenings that you can use to learn how to be an informed trader. Experience really is the best teacher. So I'll see you guys then. And in the meantime, stay profitable, friends, or at least don't blow it all.